the real world.
I'm attracted to a variety of women.
Cyrus comes home with different women every night. Kind of cheesy girls.
There's a lot of tension with Cyrus bringing strangers to the house.
I don't appreciate it when black men stayed outside of the race.
I mean, damn, it's like I'm in prison.
This is the true story.
Whatever.
Of 7 strangers.
Picked to live in a house.
Volunteer sometime.
I need help.
And have their lives taped.
To find out what happens when people stop being polite.
Start getting real.
Real world.
Boston.
That looks so good.
Let's eat. I think it's ready.
Montana, how do you want your pasta?
You've got to work Friday and Saturday this week.
Yes, we go tomorrow and the next day for like the volunteer training, and Saturday is the team building day.
The whole house is working together at an after-school program for kids.
Monday through Thursday from 1:30 until 6.
We're volunteers basically playing with the kids.
Just like a stimulating 5 hours of everything. We're gonna have to leave here early.
Here's Cambridge Street right here, bro. I know we're somewhere near that street, that's all I can tell you.
10 after? Let's go.
Oh, we got a map.
There's Mount Vernon. We're going straight across.
Hi, Montana. Hi, Montana.
I'm Sean.
Hi, I'm Anna. Find a spot, find a name tag, and just write your first name on it. Well, let's go ahead and start. What we'll be talking about is what you're going to be doing in a school-age program. Can you walk in late?
No.
No. Can you decide, oh, you know, we went out last night, had a really good time, I'm really tired, I'm going to stay in bed? No. It's a job. They look for you, they need you. You're part of the program. And what do you do as a volunteer? So that's why I'm here to do that. And I'm hoping that in the next 2 days, we'll connect not only on all the great things that you're going to bring into the program, but how to bring those out to children. So what I want us to do right now is I'm going to give each of you some paper. You've got markers here, you've got colors here, and I want you to write down all of the things that you bring into a program. So each one of you will get one of these. Why don't you help me out, Montana? And start writing down all those neat things about you.
Brown skin girl. I'm a really bad speller. I feel like I'm in 3rd grade.
Go ahead and start hanging them up all on this wall here. Connecting with children, we have to go back and remember what we did as a child. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to focus on what you were doing after school. I want you to jot some stuff down. Who are you with and what did you do?
Well, I have like a big family. I feel like there's always people around when I was a little kid. There's always people playing with me. And
You were always playing.
I'd go home and watch TV, or I'd play with my Barbies.
I remember shoes were a really big deal to me, what kind of shoes I had.
Right.
You know, and thinking I could run faster. I put them on and
I was home alone after school at that age. Like, I'd get cramps in my thumb from pressing the Atari button.
When I got to Los Angeles, I started experiencing like a lot of different races then. And there was all kind of races just everywhere. So I just had a blast. I remember seeing the ocean for the first time, all the different colors of the blue skies, just everything was changing for me. I think that was a big growth period when I got to California.
Genesis, what did you remember?
I took care of my brother when I was growing up because my mom was always passed out. My stepfather was at work at the Air Force Base. I got him up, I bathed him, I gave us breakfast, I walked us to school, and I was the only memory that he had whatsoever. And then my mother and my stepfather got a divorce, and we ended up getting separated. I didn't have any friends. I didn't want any friends. I wanted my brother back. He was like my right arm, and that's like the only kind of experience I had.
one of the things to remember when we do memories, and one of the reasons we do this activity is that the memories that we have sometimes, you might connect with someone in the program. It's okay. That's the connection that you're going to have to make. This is what I want you to do now. And I want you to find a partner, and I want you to talk about some of the experiences.
My dad, I don't know.
You don't know your dad?
I don't know my dad. My mom.
Never met him?
I've met him like twice.
Okay.
And I talked to him on the phone a few years ago, and I haven't seen him since then. I'm like,
Do you like not have a desire?
no, I'm trying to find him.
Are ya?
Yeah. Like, we moved from Florida to San Diego because my stepfather's business wasn't doing well, and he was abusive. And so,
Did he hit you and stuff?
So, my mom and I moved to San Diego, and,
So was it pretty tough, like, for you to talk about your stepfather when...
yeah. I hate him. I hate, like,
Do you ever see him anymore?
he calls every now and then, and I usually just hang up the phone. He's just an evil man, you know? Like, I learned my violence from him.
Ooh.
Damn, I hate stuff like that.
People are starting to come out. I think it's going to get more honest the longer we live together. People are going to start being much more real.
There's being a trust factor like established. I think now's the time where a lot of things will start coming out. It was pretty wild. If I told you, no, I won't even go there right now.
When Cyrus opened up about some of the crap that's happened to him in his life, a discussion arose about rape. And that's the point right there where Montana and Cyrus clashed.
I mean, if a woman's raped, it's like that's going to affect her for the rest of her life. And it will do things to her that you can't even imagine. It's like signing a paper saying, I'm signing to you years and years of pain, and part of you will never come back.
But I have a problem believing a lot of women when they say they were raped anyways, because I was put right back into that same situation in Hawaii. I slept with this girl. She tried to say that I raped her, that I violated her. This woman took my clothes off. I didn't ask her to come up to her room. Next thing I know, 2 weeks down the line, she's not speaking to me. I don't know nothing about it. But in circulation was, I'm a rapist. My boys all knew, tormenting me. I got sweat. I had to live the rest of my college career in fear. It got so
Whatever it
bad
was,
to where...
you knew that something was wrong, and you chose to overlook that.
I'll guarantee you, she lied.
And I think that's dangerous. I think it's dangerous to say that, you know, a woman who cries rape is just crying rape. You know, you gotta believe it. Trust me, it's a painful thing to come out and say, oh, I was raped. You have to go through a lot. Why would anyone want to go through that?
Say I raped her.
Who do lie?
I don't care what nobody says, because I didn't rape that girl. When it comes down to it, she lied, I didn't lie.
Now, wait a minute.
I had to walk around school in front of all these people that looked at me like I raped this girl, and I didn't know they were looking at me like that. When it comes down to it, she lied, I didn't lie.
You know what? I think that those are the minority. I don't want you to think that most of the women who say that they were raped or abused are lying about it. I just think it's such a hard thing. I've known girls that were raped.
Yeah.
I was sexually abused as a child, and I know what you have to go through. Nobody's going to believe me.
The bottom
I'm not
line
going
is,
to tell anybody
it's such a
about it.
painful thing for the woman that we don't even want to question her about it. So you can say, I raped you, and all of a sudden, I'm already convicted. I'm already guilty. It's like the whole society looks at me
It's not,
just because...
look at the rape cases that have been around lately. People are
Okay,
getting off.
okay, wait.
You've got to prove that you were raped.
I think that after going through the experience I went through, I couldn't look at a woman the same way for a long time. I was like scared of women because I'm like, look, are you going to try and cry rape when you pursued me?
There's two issues here. One is, I've been there, Montana, so this is what I've gone through. But in the same thing, what you're saying is very valuable. But let me give you a heads up. If you're in a school-age program and the topic like this starts, you need to be real careful when it comes to professionalism, what you're saying. And you have to learn sometimes to say, you know what, I'm not going to go there.
I was just like, I need to leave because I was getting shaky and I could tell that something was about to happen. So I'm
We're
just like,
in here talking about Cyrus.
And
I'm having a hard time believing him.
And I had heard basically all I wanted to hear from Cyrus. I'm good for like the next few days.
If I'm like, Montana, you know, let's do it. Something is wrong with my package for me to push it on you like that, and that would cause you to back away. And if he's sitting there, yeah, let me get some, something's wrong with him.
I wish I could talk as openly as all of you. Jason and Elka and I are just kind of sitting there.
I know. I worry about Elka because Elka's like quiet with all the rest of us. She's like, oh, never mind. Break! Break! Let's go!
There's a museum right over here.
Bye. A little store. Bye.
Bye.
Look at Brian Boitano.
There's a bus. We got to go in. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it.
We need to go in the
Other direction.
Well, I'm telling you, the 93 just hauled ass right by.
I'm telling you, that's not the bus. Do I need to take control of the situation? Hey, look, we need to be northern people and take control of the situation because obviously we won't get home.
That's right. Has anyone seen another bus stop or anything at all?
I'm so glad to get out of there.
Should I run to the Shell station and try and get directions?
Man, this sucks.
Okay, there's nothing in front of us.
It's over here. Back here? You're not getting out of time, dude.
We are never getting home.
There's a T-stop right here. Let's go, man. Now we're walking back like a bunch of fools.
They're walking really slow. They're lollygagging. And I was cold. We couldn't figure out where we were going. I walked up to a gas station and asked the man where the T-stop was.
Yo, 5-minute walk this way.
What the hell did I do? What's the genesis tonight? Really?
It's the difference between a girl giving directions and
And a guy giving directions. I took control. I got the directions.
So I walked up ahead of the group and I called her a bitch.
We were going the wrong direction. I get the directions. You just can't take instructions from a female. And so now I'm a bitch. That's right up there. Do you? Oh, Sean. Okay, shut up.
Girl, you got me where you want me. Girl, I am nothing but a fool.
And then all of a sudden it's like my fault. Like I don't take directions from women.
Okay,
I don't
so you
take
talk to
directions.
me
Oh my
and not
God.
talk to Jennifer.
She's not going
Okay, no, I'm saying, first of all, we're not going to discuss this because we're in public. That's all I'm saying, first of all. We're going to wait till we get home.
I was discussing with. I'll talk to you when I get home. I'm talking to Genesis right now, if you don't mind.
Anyway.
Oh, my goodness.
People work together.
Shut up, Jennifer.
Oh my gosh, my stomach hurts. I'm laughing.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We're stuck at kids camp here. Just weird as weird house. Everybody's so whacked.
Everyone's whacked in their own ways, man.
Yeah, you've been mentioning how she catches those attitudes, and I didn't catch it. And I've just been noticing how she rolls her eyes. I've been really nice to her, really nice. I'll sit there and listen to her bitch and piss and moan at me, you know. Aren't you?
When you're done trying to talk behind my back, I'm upstairs.
You want to talk to me about it? You can come talk to me right now. If you have something to say, come say it right now.
Anybody gets funked up, if anybody gets funked up, anybody gets funked, it's gonna be you.
Now,
I called you bitch and I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called you bitch. I'm just kind of say where I'm coming from. Or do you want to start first?
I'm
Okay, good. I was sitting at the T stop where the bus was coming. Not that we're taking the bus. Everybody says, no, we're going to take the T train. So I'm going, okay, I'm cold, I'm getting angry, I'm going myself. So I walked up ahead, went into the gas station, said, where's the T? I walk out, and all of a sudden I was attacked.
First of all, I did not start yelling at you. And it just killed you that I took control, took the map, found the direction, got us to this T-stop, and I was right. And what else angers me about you is that you're behind in law school.
I walked up.
I'm not done talking.
Okay.
You didn't want to listen to us because you just have this thing that you just cannot listen to anyone.
When have I ever showed you that?
Just because you always do this to me.
From day one, you've rolled your eyes a lot at me.
That's how I dismiss people. We've gone through this before. You're not going to yell at me, and that's going to be the end of the day. I'm going to get the last word.
Hey, I'm not going to spent 5 months living in that room with you rolling your eyes. You admit you walk around here with a lot of attitude.
That's because I can do that.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
You start yelling at me about directions. Well, not taking directions.
Okay, I started
That's what
yelling
you
at you, son. Whatever,
You
drop
did.
it. Don't call me a bitch again.
Don't give me attitude again.
Okay, well then we're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, we already
Or
have a
might
problem,
have
I
to
think.
switch rooms
I think we have
sooner
to.
than you think.
Men have basically jerked me around a lot.
Yeah, I just cannot deal with men.
Do you have a lot of male friends?
I have very, very strong bonds with women, but like with men, I mean, I just can't trust. I don't trust them.
Montana and I were clearly friends before, but the childhood experiences with our father kind of sealed it even more.
I've never met my dad, and I don't think I want to. Like, I don't see why there's any reason why. You know, all he did is, yeah, he donated half of, my DNA, but that's all he did for me,
Yeah.
Do you think it would give you some kind of sense of peace or closure to see your dad and say, look at me, I'm at Stanford, I'm going to make a lot of money, and you didn't have anything to do with it?
I don't know, it just pisses me off because he got me married, and this woman had a child. Yeah, so you're married, taking care of another woman's child. That doesn't make sense to me, And I mean, we have struggled. Oh my gosh. Like, an unnecessary struggle. So, yeah, clearly I have issues. I have issues with men.
I think it's hard to grow up being a girl nowadays without having issues with men.
Yeah,
men are basically weak, stupid, base, and
they're everywhere.
Cyrus is one person in the house I have not connected with. I really got from him the idea that he thought women often lied about being raped after it happened. That will always be in the back of my head.
Now, this isn't just a sexual crime. This is a violent crime. My dad was telling me that some guy, a rapist in Texas, just got the gas chamber today.
I've been listening to you guys for over 10 minutes now, and you're talking politically correct. But in the back of your mind, your father and you have already convicted Cyrus.
Right, I don't
Most
think you
people
condemn
consider
people
them,
who are
most,
accused.
don't interrupt me, please. Cyrus was accused of a crime by a woman who later took that back. And I'm not defending Cyrus. What I am defending is the fact that he told us, he confessed to us, you are afraid of him on one level or another.
Remember the whole rape thing? We was talking about that joint. Yeah. Like, we was going off. And then, so she was molested as a kid, and she gonna try and tell me that I shouldn't have felt the way I felt. I'm like, look, the truth of the matter is, women do cry wolf, and men do rape women. But, she cried wolf.
So I have a problem believing him when he says that that's what happened that night. He says that women shouldn't just be able to say that they're raped and have nobody question them, just as the same that I'm not going to listen to Cyrus' story and go, oh, poor guy. Oh, gosh, he got a bad rap on that deal, because I don't know that that's what happened.
What?
Oh, we're just all about to kill each other, is all.
What?
We're all pissed off at one another.
You need to relax. You want a cocktail? Can you want to me a beer? Right back. Would you like a beer? Everyone was looking at me like I had done something wrong. It killed me because they didn't go through what I went through.
And also I kind of got the impression that you thought that women cried rape, which I don't like that term, but that women said they were raped when they weren't frequently. And I don't think it's frequent. I think it's definitely the exception.
But I felt like I had to get my point across. I thought you might have a problem with me because the way the delivery came out of me, but I don't see how you can fault the person when I went through it.
I don't know her side of the story, but I'm not, I don't think you're lying about it. That's just, it's shocking to me.
I would not have wanted personally to offend you in any way. If I had known that before, I probably would have went out of my way to speak about the situation totally different.
Obviously, you've had different experiences than I have, and that was just disappointing to me because
you know, I really liked you when we got into the house.
Being riled up like I was, I needed to apologize because I was all emotional, and it brings tears to my eyes.
And I was too.
It's gonna be in the back of both of our minds. That's something you experienced in a bad way, and I experienced in a bad way.
I don't hate you, but, you know, like you said, it's going to be in the back of our minds, and what can you do? What's done is done. It's there.
On the next Real World.
Here are our new volunteers.
And I was thinking it was going to be kids coming in and going buck wild.
I have never seen people be so crass and vulgar. Not even during spring break.
Montana?
I cannot believe I'm living with these people, I swear. I'm just mad. He's 25, right? In law school? And all you can do is call me a bitch and call it a day. Is that how you argue? You know what you're going to say, Judge? Judge, she's a bitch.
Can't get enough of The Real World? Check out The Real World Boston Online chat right now at Keyword MTV on America Online. Next at the 10 spot, Jenny's giving a little lip service with musical guest The Fun Loving Criminals.